Lesson 8. Theodore Roque was a great poet, really known for being a poet of place. In a dark time, the eye begins to see from the waking. I want us to discuss, we were talking about drawing form. Most of the form we've been drawing has been through line. So we started with contour. Contour is when you look at the form and you're just drawing the outside. So blind contour would be you rub your hand around something, and while you're doing that, you try to follow it, right? So that would be blind contour. Cross contour is, if we take this same egg, we start drawing both ways around the form. So it's as if we were drawing all the way around the form. And then we can start to build form up in an artificial way through this cross-hatching. The more they get together, like we said last time, the darker it'll get. The other way, though, is if we don't start with line, but we start with actually just light and dark. So if we were to actually think about, now some of this could be, I could find the darkness on the outside of that egg because the towel is darker. Then maybe here's some of the darkness on the front side of the egg. I can use, this is where it's going to become really important to think about using an eraser. So this is actually finding the form. This is going to actually start to feel a lot more realistic in a way, right? We generally see this way. We see objects through light. It's light reflecting. We can find the form. We understand its volume. So another way to do that, you could start the shading. You could start on just say a charcoal or graphite piece of paper with an eraser, and I can look for that egg this way, right? So I can just find it this way. Then maybe I'd have to go back in and darken some of it. The other way again could be I could find some of it in the front through the towel because maybe the towel is actually lighter in the front here, right? And there's our ledge coming back in. So what I want you to do is to find some objects, make your own still life. Let's look at another person, Chardin, a painter also of place. Chardin made a decision to paint still lifes. You can look at this and see how he uses dark and light, how the light defines form. This edge here, this is darker, but this light here starts to set up a stage. This is a little sketch that I made, just looking at it, looking at the darks and the light. Again, always thinking about proportion. How high is this to that? So try to set something up. So what I want you to do at home is to find some objects. Make your own little setup, okay? Find objects that mean something to you. Maybe they're things you've had for a long time or something that you're attracted to. By those objects, then you'll learn what's attracting to you. So again, maybe this time start though with light and dark. Really look at this. Maybe you can put a towel with some lines in it that could actually help you find where this turns. So rather than Galileo and stepping into a form, I want you to think about how you can actually make a stage. This is going to be my drawing. There's the back wall. Here's the form. Then I might have to come in with my eraser. Find the egg. I can come in here. If you want to get really elaborate, you can think about putting in a glass of water for some transparency. Start to see how you can find that really in really different kinds of marks. So this vase, which is actually the ceramic, right, it has mass, it's solid. That's going to become something more solid. Then you can find this through actually how light is moving through something. The same thing here with our bowl. Here's our egg. Be bold, put down also big values. Maybe the wall has a slight tone that's different than this. Maybe here, the light is making your table. Go back and forth to keep looking for the form and looking for the big shapes. I would suggest, again, I showed you Chardin. Many years ago, I made a study of this Cezanne painting called The Black Clock. I used other objects. I had a black clock, but he had a big seashell here. He had other objects. I put objects that I had around. I still have this cup. This was my grandmother's clock. It actually helped me understand what Cezanne was doing. It also gave me a structure. Here is the frontal plane. Here is the stage. Here is the back wall. Okay, try it. Have some fun. Set something up. Work on it slowly. Go to it a couple of times. Try to get one light source, so maybe work at the same time of day so that when you're using light and dark, it doesn't keep moving. Or maybe do it at night and just have a light on it. And then you can really look for those lights and darks. If you squint, that'll also help you find the darkness and the light. Okay, look for the light. Stay well. See you in a couple of days. Thank you.